lovely day. Have you ever seen any place in the world more beautiful? Just look at the colors of the sea down there in the sky and those little pink and green buildings on the hill. Think of all those roofs you could climb over.
Who did you call me?
Roby, John Roby, one of the world's cleverest jewel thieves, known as the Cat. I read all about you in the Paris paper.
You may have read about somebody called the Cat,
but... You said you were hungry.
I am.
For the picnic basket's in the trunk. I hope you tried to bluff me, Mr. Roby, and then I can have the fun of telling you how clever I was.
Since I'm not Mr. Roby, but Mr. Burns, there would be hardly any point in trying to bluff you. Nevertheless, tell me how clever you were.
Well, the first thing I noticed about you was...
Don't sound so pleased with yourself.
I've never caught a jewel thief before. It's stimulating. It's like... Well, it's like...
Like sitting in a hot tub?
Here, let me serve. The first time I saw you was on the beach at Cary. You swam ashore from a motorboat driven by that little French girl.
You got an opener? Thank you.
You want a leg or a breast?
You make the choice.
It was just 2 days before you showed up at the hotel as Mr. Conrad Burns. Just over from America. Did you swim?
Well, naturally.
Oh, now don't be disappointing and sound like Mr. Burns.
I can only be myself, Miss Stevens.
Then be yourself, John.
I prefer Conrad.
Oh, you can't be serious. And I think it's about time you called me Francie. I have to look out for Mother. They've tried to steal her jewelry before. So when I read about you in the paper, just a small item, but I picked it up. I was sure Mother would catch your eye.
Well, she did, because I liked her. Well, so far, Miss Stevens.
Francie.
So far, you haven't said anything that sounds even remotely clever.
Well, stick around. The next thing I noticed about you was something remarkable.
No?
All evening long, you only looked at my mother, never at me.
I kissed you, didn't I?
I kissed you.
I certainly wasn't looking at your mother, then.
You were thinking about her. Otherwise, you never would have let me say goodnight so easily.
Well, I'm a gentleman.
A rough lumberman from the big Northwest.
I must remember to yell timber occasionally.
Now, here comes some of the clever part. You're just not convincing, John. You're like an American character in an English movie. You just don't talk the way an American tourist ought to talk.
Well, don't you know that all the guidebooks say don't behave like a tourist?
Well, it's just that you never mention business or baseball or television or wage freezes or Senate probes.
You know, all the things I left America to forget.
You're just not American enough to carry it off. Tell me, how long has it been?
How long has what been?
Since you were in America last.
Well, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days.
And Oregon?
2 or 3 days before that.
Name me 3 deciduous trees indigenous to the Northwest.
Now, listen. You're a very nice girl, but you got too much imagination. You go around talking like that about me, and I'll wind up in a French jail for something I didn't do.
You're going to rob Mother first or somebody else?
Well, under the circumstances, somebody else.
That's nice. Mother likes you.
Well.
I think Lady Kenton should be our next job.
Now, listen.
Isn't she on your list? She ought to be. Kenton jewels are famous. I know every inch of a villa.
I can already hear your next line.
The cat has a new kitten. When do we start?
Don't talk like that.
You're leaving fingerprints on my arm.
I am not John Roby, the cat.
Why are the police following you? Show me that real estate list. That villa we went to isn't for rent, and you know it. Sanfords have owned it for years, and I'm going to a party there in a week. You have a very strong grip, the kind a burglar needs.
That's why you came up here, isn't it?
We'll have cocktails at 8 and dinner at 8:30, all in my suite. We'll talk about it there.
I can't come. I'm going to the casino and watch a firework display.
You get a better view from my place.
Already got another date?
Everywhere you go, I'll have you paged as John Roby the cat. 8 o'clock, and be on time.
Haven't got a decent watch.
Steal one.